The arbor knot is a knot used right at the beginning of setting everything up. It's how you attach your backing to your reel. So I've taken the spool out here. Easy to do with an open frame reel like this. You take the spool out. Some reels have a closed frame in here and you don't want to take the spool out because when you put it in, you crush the backing. So make sure that your reel, if it is an open frame reel, you separate it like that. And this is a really easy knot. What I tend to do right at the beginning, I tie a little overhand knot here, kind of a jam knot. And I just pull that in and tighten that up. Snip off the tag of that. And then this is a left-hand wind reel, so that means when I wind it, I'm going to wind it this way. What that means is that I put my line on backwards. If I go this way, that is the way it's going to wind. So to get a little drag, I go that way. And you'll see why in a second. So make sure you find out which way it's going to wind and you put the backing on backwards if you like. Then I lay that down and it's quite a simple matter of just doing an overhand knot around this main piece of backing. And you just tighten that overhand knot. And then that jam knot, you can see why you have the jam knot because you pull and the knot slides and the jam you tied at the beginning jams up there. And it's a slip knot, so when you tie, it goes on like this. And the reason you kind of put it on this way is that when you wind the line in, if I put this reel together, you'll see, and then start winding. And the reason we put the backing on backwards is that what you'll notice is that when you start to wind the reel, you can see how this is starting to wind. See, the backing is being sucked up, so it's got a little tension. So I can wind backing in to start. If you were to set it up as a right-hand wind reel, or it's a left-hand wind reel, but you do it the other way around on the backing, when you wind, you will find that it slips inside itself. When I try to wind it in, you see what's happening. The spool is slipping inside that coil of backing. It's hard to start it off. Now some people put a drop of super glue on and then it doesn't matter which way you do it. You put a little tiny drop of super glue and that holds you back into your spool. But you know, it's an expensive reel. You might not want a bit of super glue in there when you take your backing off and change it later on. So that little tip of putting on the backing backwards to start off with is a good way of starting off and getting that friction enough to wind your backing on to start with. So that is a simple way of attaching your backing to your reel called the arbor knot.
Rio. Make the connection.